Hey gang, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in, coming to check out my channel. Today, you're tuning in with Jay. This is my market analysis channel. Uh, I hope everything's going well for you. It's a really hot day out here. I'm filming this at the park. It's pretty warm out here. The temperatures are kicking up, but it's still a beautiful day. I hope you're having a great day today. We're gonna cover some things in the markets. Uh, it's Monday and Friday. Our, our our discussion on Friday talked about how Apple was pulling back. It pulled back about 4.8% on Friday. Today, the market opened up. Most of the market move opened up green. Apple was still pulling back a little. It pulled back about 2% and probably ended the day at probably down 1.73%. The final price of Apple today, the closing price was about 178.85. Don't mind me, I've taken some notes, and I'm using my notes to during my video today. Also, this was the fifth consecutive day pullbacks for Apple, which is it's just an early indication of possibly of where the markets may be going. Apple has pulled below the 50-day moving average on the daily. That might be something to pay attention to when you look at your charts and you look at Apple. Friday it had a gap down, and then today we're still moving below the 50. Looks like we hit a little support area right around this price of 178.85. Let's see what happens tomorrow with Apple. But reading some articles and some news on Apple, maybe the reason for Apple taking a dip is because it has been in a decline for the last couple quarters as far as its revenue, and smartphone sales has been, the smartphone market has been in a decline for the last couple quarters. So that may be a reason why Apple is pulling back the way it is. It is currently trading at 28 times its 12 months earnings, which makes Apple, an expensive purchase currently. Maybe, if you wait for it to pull back to probably maybe, the 200-day moving average is at about 160 price target. If it pulls back to about that price, that might be another opportunity to get into Apple, or also just continue to watch on this pullback and see what happens to Apple and see if it makes its way back up to the 50 and move above the 50. That might be a good sign to get into Apple also. Once again, this is not a financial advice. It's just my opinion. I'm doing some market analysis on Apple and sharing it with you, and just sharing some of the things that I'm saying. Make sure if you make a decision to buy or trade your stocks in Apple, or make sure you check with your financial advisor or your accountant to make the right decision. As far as Apple, I'll be paying attention to Apple and what happens tomorrow. It moved below its 3 trillion market cap, so that's another thing to pay attention to. It is one of the biggest market caps in the market currently. Another thing that we want to pay attention to is, a lot of times in the morning when I wake up, I go and look at charts and see what's happening with the various stocks and indexes. And today we opened up in the green and we finished in the green, which is a good sign. We may be prices may be moving up again. But after Friday, I would just definitely pay attention and watch the market and see where it's going from here. Another thing I looked at today, at the end of the day, the highest traded stocks on the market was Nikola, Palantir, Tesla, Apple, and Amazon. And Amazon was the only stock that finished in the green as far as, being in the top 5 as far as traded stocks, as far as the volume. So I would pay attention to that, but those were the top traded stocks on the market, and Amazon was the only one that finished in the green. So that's something you may want to check out. Those are seems like there's a lot of people in and out of those plays currently. Um, and Nikola, Palantir, Tesla, and Apple are all in the red today. So just look forward to paying attention to what it does in the next couple of days here and see if it moves back into the green. I remember on Friday we did talk about the TLT, and what I didn't mention was TLT is an ETF, which is a long-term Treasury yield ETF. That's something that we didn't really talk about on Friday as far as what it is, as far as what an ETF is. And when it comes to the ETFs, the ETF is like a stock, right? It tracks a particular index, sector, or commodity, or other assets. ETFs can be purchased and sold like a stock on the stock exchange. So that's something you want to pay attention to. Also, it's a type of pooled investment security that holds multiple underlying investments rather than only one. So, it could be sometimes it's a pool together a bunch of stocks or commodities, and, it trades in trades in the ETF, which stands for exchange traded funds. And that's what TLT is. It's a long-term treasury yield ETF. And today, Friday, TLT went up a little bit, but then today we had a pullback. The high long-term treasury yields moved up a little today, so that's something you want to pay attention to, being that that is the largest market there is. There could be opportunities to come in the future if it continues to move down. Currently, TLT is at 95.58 at the close today. It moved lower by about 1%, so that's something you may want to pay attention to in the long term. That could be a great long-term investment, possibly. I would watch for where the bottom is. I thought $99 to $100 was going to be the bottom, but it looks like it's moved below that, and it could be moving lower. So there might be a good opportunity there. If it moves lower, it could be a really great long-term investment. So that's something you definitely want to pay attention to moving forward, going into the future. Once again, we talked about TMF. So if TLT is another ETF, but it's like a 3-to-1. And today, so the TLT went down by 1%, and today the TMF went down by about 3%, close to 3%. Anyways, that's something you want to pay attention to when it comes to long-term treasury bonds yields. And then, another thing today when I was looking at the market, something I noticed, we talked about trading stocks and crypto and bonds, but maybe something we might want to pay attention to is commodities also. You can trade corn, wheat, sugar, oil, natural gas. And today I noticed that natural gas was making a move. It has been on a upswing since Thursday. It's gone up by about 11 to 12%. And this particular symbol that you want to pay attention to is UNG, which is another ETF for natural gas. Check it out on the charts. Since Thursday, it's moved up close to 12%. Today it closed at $7.40, and it was up 6.5%, which is a pretty nice move for natural gas. I guess there is a huge demand for natural gas due to the heat wave moving across California, Texas, and the southern plains. So that's something you may want to pay attention to going into the future. Also, natural gas may have hit a bottom. It has pulled back substantially. Last year was a good year for natural gas, but this year, since the beginning of the year, probably November of 22, it has just been pulling back significantly. And we may be hitting a bottom currently, or close to one anyways. So that's something I would pay attention to. Once again, this is just my opinion. I'm sharing with you some things to pay attention to and look at when you're looking at your charts or checking out the markets. with that being said, I'm just trying to make these videos about 10 minutes, trying to build my content, trying to create some videos for my station. Hopefully this is informative for you. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot for joining me today. I think I may wrap up this video. I'll try and make another one for tomorrow. It's really hot out here. I'm gonna try and go cool off. Go get me a little drink to cool off. It's pretty hot out here today. But anyways, I hope you're having a great day. I hope this was informative for you. I really want to thank you for watching my video and joining me. Once again, I love you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye.